Association is an association built on helping Dale City. It is called the Voice of Dale City, called the Voice of Dale City, and it is built to serve Dale City because our members are all delegates of the Dale. We are built to have all our representatives be a part of a Dale. We have representatives from all Dales, as you will see in your program in the back. They are our Dale leaders. They gather together every second Thursday at the Birchdale Recreation Center, and we go over lots of things about Dale City. We have any problems in the Dale, we report it, and we try to make it happen.
Now, the first awards are tonight are for the Dale City Volunteer Fire Department. I'd like to invite Chief Christopher Houle, President Walter Grahala, to come forward along with the honorees: Firefighter of the Year, Technician Victor Angry, EMS Provider of the Year, Sergeant Stephanie DeFreitas, Fire Officer of the Year, Lieutenant Patrick Palacios, and Cadet of the Year, Wyatt Trotman. If you would all please come forward. And as I call your name, if you would step forward or wave so everyone knows who I'm talking about. Firefighter of the Year Technician Victor Angry is assigned to Battalion 2 at Fire Station 20. His primary responsibility is the driver operator for Engine Company 20, but he does much more. Victor is also the head of the department's Public Education Division, where he leads a dedicated group of members who educate the public about fire safety, EMS awareness, and opportunities within the department. Victor logs over 2,000 hours a year volunteering for the department. And next, EMS Provider of the Year, EMS Sergeant Stephanie DeFreitas is assigned to Battalion 2 at Fire Station 10. She's very active in training new EMS recruits and drivers to answer more than 3,000 calls a year. Sergeant DeFreitas is the department's representative on the County Fire and Rescue Systems EMS Provider Quality Control Committee. As part of that group, she reviews incidents and makes suggestions on improvements in EMS care. Stephanie logs over 1,500 hours each year volunteering for the department. Next, Fire Officer of the Year, Lieutenant Patrick Palacios. Since joining the department, Lieutenant Palacios has steadily progressed up the ranks. He went from a recruit to become a firefighter, engine company driver, engine company incident officer, engine company sergeant, to his current position as duty crew officer on Battalion 5 at Station 13. Lieutenant Palacios has the responsibility of running duty crews and making sure they're sharpening their skills and returning home safely after every shift. He's heavily involved with the department's Special Operations Division and always willing to help with other staffing needs within the department. And Cadet of the Year, Wyatt Trotman. The department has a cadet program for persons between the ages of 16 and 18 who want to help the community by providing fire and EMS services. Wyatt Trotman joined the department and quickly completed his recruit and firefighter training. He has found a way to balance school, home life, the fire department, and just being a teenager. Wyatt has graduated from high school and is now a senior active member with the department and recently obtained his engine company lead firefighter status.
Evening all.
Good evening.
As you see these fine people alongside of me here, they're all volunteers. They don't get any money for what they do. 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I cannot be more prouder of these people and this community they serve, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. God bless you all.
Some of us still wish that we were as young as Wyatt, right?
Me too.
The next award is presented for the Police Officer of the Year. I'd like to invite Chief Bernard to please come forward along with Officer Sean Richards. Officer Richards has served with the Prince William County Police Department for 4 years. Last May, he responded to the report of a possible suicide here in Dale City. When he arrived on the scene, the person's wife told him that her husband was injured in the backyard and that she believed it may have been intentional. Officer Richards found the person in the backyard, unresponsive and in a pool of blood. He learned that the subject had run over his foot with a lawnmower and had cut his arms and legs with a box cutter. Officer Richards immediately responded, applying a tourniquet to the person's left arm. He then ran to his cruiser to get a second tourniquet and applied pressure to the person's wounds until the rescue officers arrived. The person was transported to Centera, where he needed vascular surgery to survive. Officer Richards' quick thinking and response helped save the life of a Dale City resident. So thank you for your service.
Well, on behalf of the police department, we want to thank you for this recognizing Sean tonight. He's an outstanding police officer, working very hard to keep our community safe each and every day, and it exemplifies the very best in policing here in Prince William. Thank you for hosting this event. Dale City Civic Association always does such a wonderful job, and it's an honor to be here with you tonight and join Sean in receiving this award. Thank you very much.
Next, we present the award for Deputy Sheriff of the Year, and I'd like to invite Deputy Kevin Truesdale to please come forward, along with Prince William County's High Sheriff, Glenn Hill. Deputy Kevin Truesdale was nominated for this award because of the assistance he provided on 3 separate incidents last year. In August, he was flagged down by an out-of-state motorist who was having car trouble. The driver seemed disoriented and in need of medical assistance. Deputy Truesdale obtained an emergency custody order and contacted relatives of the driver in Florida. As it turned out, the driver was suffering from dementia and had been missing for several days. Deputy Truesdale helped get that family reunited. He also responded to several other incidents last fall and was able to help the county police apprehend suspects for armed robbery and home burglaries. According to Sheriff Hill, Deputy Truesdale has a way of being in the right place at the right time. Some may see it as getting lucky, but I see it as persistence. Congratulations to Deputy Kevin Truesdale.
Congratulations to all of the award winners. I know your families and your co-workers and the community is very proud of you. And thank you for recognizing our Deputy Sheriff of the Year. And thank you for your ongoing support of our office. Without your support, we could not do what we do. Enjoy the rest of your program. God bless.
The next presentation is for the Kathy Feeney Nurse of the Year Award. I'd like to invite Megan Clay from Centera, Northern Virginia Medical Center, to please come forward with our recipient, Kathy Gallagher. Kathy Gallagher is a family nurse practitioner and an advanced diabetes manager who has been a member of Centera's mobile van charity clinic for the past 8 years. Working on a mobile health van is a unique experience, and Kathy is very resourceful in helping her patients, many of whom have uncontrolled diabetes. She has taken the most challenging patients and helped turn their lives around. As a result of her efforts, Centera's mobile clinics frequently exceed the national benchmarks for quality indicators for diabetes management. According to her supervisor, Kathy is respected by her peers and adored by her patients. So congratulations to Ms. Kathy Gallagher.
Thank you very much for allowing us to be able to submit this nomination. And I want Kathy Gallagher to know how very proud I am of her on behalf of her colleagues and her patients, that we appreciate her. We hope this day is etched in her mind forever, and that she'll know she's appreciated and that the work she has done has not gone unnoticed. Congratulations, Kathy.
And the next presentation is for the Business of the Year. I'd like to invite Ernestine Jenkins to please come forward, along with the mayor, the honorable mayor of the town of Dumfries, Derek Wood. So you've already heard a little bit about Derek's business. Divine Barbecue in Motion was founded in 2011 by Chef. Sorry about that, Sheriff. By Chef Derek Wood, a Marine Corps veteran from Dumfries. His company provides catering services as well as selling barbecue from his famous food truck, which is available at venues all across Northern Virginia. Divine Barbecue gives back to many groups in our community, including DECA, the Boys and Girls Club, Project Mend a House, and the Central Union Mission in DC. Now, as you've heard Chef Wood's cooking skills also became the catalyst for his political career. In 2012, Chef Woods was kicked out of the Dumfries Town Hall parking lot for selling barbecue. So instead of just complaining about it, Derek decided, I'm going to do something to help protect other small businesses. He ran and was elected to the town council, and last year was elected mayor of the town of Dumfries. So go, Derek.
That's a true story. I often tell people, I say I went from barbecuing in the parking lot to parking in the mayor's spot. I think God got a sense of humor. I'm extremely humbled by this honor. You know, when I started this, I didn't do this for no type of accolades or no type of awards. It was just, you know, we got a heart for the community and a heart for the people. You know, we're not looking to be in no high and mighty position. And whenever Ernestine called and say, look, we need some help with Project Mend the House or Literacy Prince William or the fire department or whoever, I'm just, where can I serve? Where it is can I help? Because I know it's not about me, but it's about the people. And I started Divine Barbecue really because I just wanted to create a barbecue experience that, you know, I felt like I wanted everybody to have what I give everybody else in my backyard. Just that down-home cooking, that down-home Southern hospitality, because I think that's missing in the community. So when you eat from me, you're not just getting barbecue, you're getting the full experience of being in my backyard eating with me. So I want you to just feel like you're home. So thank you, and I just look forward to serving all y'all barbecue at some point in time. My motto is slow down and just let me grill for you.
Ernestine, if you'd please come forward again. The next award is for the John Jenkins Youth Citizen of the Year. And we have 3 people who have been nominated. I'd like them to please come forward. Isaac Fuentes Reyes from Hilton Senior High School. Ikra Noor from Freedom High School. And Wilfredo Villatora Cruz from Garfield Senior High School. Okay, Isaac Fuentes Reyes is a senior at Hilton. He's been an honor roll student throughout high school and is a member of the National Honor Society and the National Spanish Honor Society. Isaac is a member of the Rugby Club and the senior class representative on the Student Council Association. So watch out, Mayor Wood. There's another politician on the way. According to one of his teachers, Isaac demonstrated the type of person he is when he was overheard reprimanding a student who had made fun of another student who was in a wheelchair. Ikra Noor is a senior at Freedom High School. She has a GPA of 4.318 and has been recognized as an AP Scholar with distinction. Ikra has been president of the National Honor Society for the past 2 years. She's been an active member of the Spanish Honor Society, the Model United Nations, the Muslim Student Association, and the International Club. Ikra volunteers at Centera Hospital and has been a science fair judge at several middle schools. According to one of her teachers, Ikra is a leader of today and a world changer of tomorrow. Last month, she was offered a full scholarship to Harvard University. Wilfredo Villatore Cruz is an IB diploma candidate at Garfield. He was born in El Salvador and came to the U.S. in 2014. Wilfredo is a member of the National Honor Society, the Science National Honor Society, and the Spanish National Honor Society. He created a peer mentor program for other students in the EL program to help them understand the opportunities they have at Garfield. Last May, Wilfredo was selected to attend the Puller Institute, a 3-day program where students visit the state capitol and explore the political process. While he was there, he was able to interview the governor, several senators, and delegates. Wilfredo plans to pursue a career with a major in economics and international politics. I would say that the future is definitely in good hands with these 3 young people. And the Youth Citizen of the Year is Ikra Noor from Freedom.
Ikra, where are you? On behalf of my husband, Supervisor John Jenkins, I feel so honored to present you with the John D. Jenkins Youth Citizen of the Year Award. Wear it proudly. And with it comes from the Dale City Civic Association a $1,000 check for your education.
Well, I would like to thank the Dale City Civic Association for creating this program and for acknowledging the service that everyone has provided. And also, I'm very humbled to represent Freedom High School, and this award is for everyone there, not just for me. Thank you.
And now I'd like to invite former Delegate David Brickley to please come forward. David will be presenting the Youth Environmental and Conservation Award. And I'd like to invite the 3 people who have been nominated to please join us. Adriana Arroyo from Garfield, Carlos Alberto Colon from Hilton, and Eamon Khan from Freedom. Adriana Arroyo is a senior IB student at Garfield. She's the vice president of the Science National Honor Society and helps organize multiple events, including guest speaker visits from NASA scientists. Adriana is also a member of the National Honor Society and the Spanish National Honor Society. She is part of the Color Guard and Honor Guard for the Marine Corps JROTC program at her school. She plans on attending George Mason and would like to become an interpreter and translator in local courtrooms. Carlos Alberto Colon is a senior at Hilton. He got the attention of his earth science teacher when he saw Carlos picking up trash around the school building. He helps with the recycling at home in his neighborhood and encourages others to recycle. Carlos also helps his father coach a Little League baseball team. He currently has a 3.5 GPA, and he helps his peers at school when he sees them struggling. Eamon Khan is a senior from Freedom High School. She's part of the Governor's School at the George Mason campus in Manassas, where she takes STEM classes. Through her AP Environmental Science class, Eamon is researching various aspects of the Dale City area, such as invasive species, air quality, and energy sources, in order to try to convince a scientist to build a greenhouse here. She's a member of the National Honor Society and president of the Freedom Book Club. At her local mosque, Eamon is a journalist who writes to address common misperceptions regarding Islam. She's a volunteer at Sentara Hospital and regularly donates blood. The Youth Environmental and Conservation Award is presented to Eamon Khan from Freedom.
I would like to thank everyone from my own high school and from the Dale City Civic Association for everything that you've done for me and for my family. Also, everyone in my high school that has either helped me in my classes or supports me every day. Thank you so much.
I should also note that Eamon has a 4.4 GPA, #1 in the class, and the expectation that we've got for her and for all of our great students in Prince William County, and specifically in the Dale City area, is just wonderful. So with no further ado here, on behalf of my better half, my wife Lori, and I would like to present with you a $500 check to use for your studies going on in the future. You can see, if I can just have 1 minute, when you look at the awards that were presented for the Jenkins Student of the Year and for this award, our educators are just doing such a fantastic job. We are blessed to have this quality. We really are. I've also got to mention, being one of the seasoned members here, that the Dale City Civic Association was formed, I think, back in 1967, I believe. So we are almost approaching 50 years. The average life of a civic association is 7 years. That's something to think about, how remarkable the leadership that you've got here and have had in the past to be able to keep that very worthwhile activity going. And Manly, I'd like to tell another bit of story here, make sure that everyone, especially in Garfield Senior High School knows this. It's not Garfield Senior High School, it's Gar-Field. The field is for the the field is for the Bud Manderfield family, who were here and leaders in the community many, many years ago. The Gar is for Manly Garber and his family for many, many years for helping get Garfield off the ground, literally providing some of the land that Garfield is donated on. And it was that type of public service so many years ago that allows us to have what a wonderful life we have right here. So I think that's great to know. Manly, congratulations again. And I just say to everyone, what a great community we have. For the Conservation and Environmental Award, we haven't done a very good job as adults here, and I am really looking forward to having these future leaders of Prince William and America and the world solve the problems that we haven't done the best job in solving over the years. So thank you all. Thank you.
I'd now like to invite the The members of the school board who are with us, Dr. Babur Lateef, the chair, Neabsco District Rep Diane Ralston, and Occoquan Rep Lily Jesse to please come forward. And the first award is for Elementary Teacher of the Year, and we have 5 nominees. I'd invite you to please come forward when I call your name. The nominees are Ms. Carol Garst from the Neabsco, Mrs. Son Greenwood from Enterprise, Mrs. Becky Sierick from Minnieville. Minnieville's definitely in the house. Ms. Kelly Smith from Neabsco, and Ms. Danielle Tubioli from King. Okay. Ms. Carol Garst is a Title I PD teacher at Neabsco. She's a mentor to both new and veteran teachers. She goes above and beyond to help them learn the intricate nuances of teaching reading to children. She lends out materials, books, and advice with a smile. According to her supervisor, Ms. Garst cares deeply about the success of the teachers and every student in her school. Mrs. Son Greenwood has taught in Prince William County schools for 13 years and is currently a 4th grade teacher at Enterprise. According to a colleague, she not only teaches her students the curriculum, but she connects the lessons to real-life issues. When teaching science in the solar system, Mrs. Greenwood exposed her students to the Louis Armstrong song, "What a Wonderful World." That's probably a song that they had not heard on their playlist. She had them write their own poems or essays about what it would be like returning to the Earth from space. On September 11th, she invited a guest speaker to talk about the terrorist attacks at the Pentagon and the World Trade Center. And several of her students were so moved that they helped convince their parents to do a field trip to New York to learn about what had happened there. According to her principal, I am very fortunate to get to see the magic of teaching and learning that Mrs. Greenwood performs every day. Mrs. Becky Sierick has been a teacher in the county system for over 7 years and is currently a 4th grade teacher at Minnieville. She served as a long-term sub there for 6 years, and that inspired her to return to college and get her teaching certificate. Mrs. Sierick is the chair of the Family Engagement Community Involvement Team, which has developed several successful programs. One of them is called Cops and Kids, which is a program where county police come to the school and work with the students on academic goal setting, on playing basketball and other sports, and just interacting with Minnieville students and their families. As a result of the leadership of Mrs. Sierick, Minnieville Elementary School recently received a Human Rights Award from the Prince William County Human Rights Commission. She's the teacher representative on the PTO and is the team lead for the 4th grade team. Her team has been one of the highest performing across the county on the Virginia History SOLs. Ms. Kelly Smith is a 1st grade teacher at Neabsco. She's the secretary of the PTO and a member of the Family Engagement Committee. Ms. Kelly and another teacher recently started a science club for the 2nd and 3rd graders, which already has 65 members. According to a principal, what strikes me most about Ms. Smith is her curiosity for learning. her ability to motivate others, her love and care for her students, and how she's willing to extend herself above and beyond what is required. Ms. Danielle Tubioli is an ESL teacher at King, where she has an impact on students, family, staff, and the community. She greets students in the bus loop each morning and says goodbye each afternoon. She finds creative ways for her English language learners to practice new skills throughout the day. Ms. Tubioli created a multicultural minute where individual students share facts about their home cultures during morning announcements. She co-sponsors the Princess Club, which provides mentorship and community service opportunities for the young women at King. The Princess Club has adopted the street outside the school for trash cleanup, and they created placemats for Meals on Wheels. So congratulations to all the nominees for elementary. And the Elementary Teacher of the Year Award is presented to Mrs. Becky Sirac.
Okay, so this is for you, Mr. Provencio, because you said I had to do a speech. Teaching is my passion. 12 years ago, I signed up with the county as a substitute, just trying to make some income so I could spend time with my own kids. I had a teacher on the first day of Minnieville. I walked in and I sat down with this little boy, and he just wasn't engaged. He was in kindergarten. He was just playing off to the side, and I sat down and I started working with him. After a little while, his teacher came up to me and she told me, she said, "You should do this for a living. You are amazing." That little boy hasn't worked for anybody all year long. So that inspired me on my journey to get my license and become a teacher. I still work very hard to see those students every day struggling with their schooling, just to watch them enjoy succeeding. That light that goes off, that pure, unbridled joy when they finally succeed is something that just makes my heart soar. I've lost my place. I strive to be the kind of teacher I want to see students come back after they have been on to high school and college, and I want to see the great accomplishments and have them share. And actually, Wyatt Chapman, who received the Cadet Award, was a Minnieville student that I worked with. I've had a great privilege to have many outstanding mentors at my school. I have an amazing principal, Mr. Provencio, an amazing assistant principal, and Mrs. Ellis. I have an amazing team who constantly pushes me to do better, and I have a wonderful, understanding, and supportive family. Thank you.
Next, we have the Middle School Teacher of the Year, and we have 3 nominees: Mrs. Lakeisha Cope from Hampton, Mrs. Anjanetta Jordan from Saunders, and Miss Reagan Ray from Bevel. So Mrs. Lakeisha Cope is a 7th grade teacher at Hampton and the 7th grade team leader. She's been an educator for 23 years, 3.5 years with Prince William County and 19 years in Georgia. Mrs. Cope mentors new teachers, helps coach the cheerleading team I think that's what we heard when the names were announced, the cheerleaders. And she's the 7th grade chair for the Positive Behavior Intervention Support Program. Pizza lunches for students, popcorn days, and bringing an ice cream truck to the school are some of the incentives that Mrs. Cope has developed for encouraging positive behavior at the school. One of her students said, "Mrs. Cope has a great personality who keeps everyone joyful and happy in the classroom. She even has her own quote that I think of whenever I see her in the hallway. She says, 'If you've got cope, there's hope.'" Mrs. Anjanetta Jordan is an 8th grade language arts teacher at Saunders Middle School. She has been teaching for 37 years. Throughout that time, she's continued each year to change her instructional materials and the approach that she uses to meet the changing needs of her students. For over 10 years, Mrs. Jordan has been in charge of the mentoring program for new teachers at Saunders. For many years, she has been an advisor for the students at Saunders who take part in the Martin Luther King Jr. Oratorical Contest, which takes place every year at the Hilton Chapel on MLK Day. According to a colleague, there are pillars at every school, and Mrs. Jordan is definitely one here. She's an active member of Alfred Street Baptist Church in Alexandria, where she serves as a Sunday school teacher. Ms. Reagan Ray is a 7th grade life science teacher at Bevel, where she began her career in 2000. According to a colleague, she is a force of nature in that building. Ms. Ray serves on the school leadership team, and she's the lead mentor for new teachers. She's the coordinator for the Nature Bridge Experience, where students go on a 3-day field trip to Prince William Forest Park, where they learn about life forms, ecology, what's going on in the forest, as well as skills needed to work effectively as a team. Ms. Ray is also the director of the Creative Arts Theatrical Society, called CATS, one of the most popular after-school programs at Bevel. Her students have been featured in 3 local public service announcements for the county. Ms. Ray serves as a science fair judge throughout the county and is the in-house DJ for all the dances that happen at Bevel. According to her principal, she's an extraordinary teacher who has touched the lives of countless students over the years. So congratulations to all of the nominees for middle school. And the middle school teacher of the year is Reagan Ray from...
I honestly thought that she was going to win. I tell my students when they walk in my classroom, congratulations, you are now mine. And I look each one of them in the eye, and I mean it. Bevel is my family, and throughout that, Dale City is also my family. I love them all, and I would do anything for any of them. Thank you, Dale City Civic Association. That's all I can say.
And next we have the high school teacher of the year. We have 6 nominees. Ms. Jennifer Boyko from Freedom, Ms. Sandy Casillas from Garfield, Mr. John Hoffman from Hilton, Ms. Mietta Soliday from Forest Park, Mrs. Christine Terentian from Hilton, and Ms. Kristen Wiesner from Garfield. Ms. Jennifer Boyko has been a science teacher at Freedom since 2006. She has taught anatomy, physiology, AP environmental science, biology, and earth science. One of the things she tells her students at the beginning of the year is, if you aren't actively becoming something, you're passively becoming something else. Many of her students have an interest in medical careers, so Ms. Boyko helps link them to programs at the hospital. She's keenly interested in the environment and sustainability, so she supports community and highway cleanups at Leesylvania State Park and in the neighborhood of the school. Ms. Boyko earned a master's degree in human services counseling, and she puts the skills she has to work at Freedom in order to make the school a healthier place for both students and staff. Ms. Sandy Casillas is a counselor at Garfield and has worked in the Prince William County Schools since 2009. She has a bachelor's degree in sociology and a master's in counseling. Ms. Casillas helps students navigate college applications, family struggles, and much more. According to a colleague, Sandy is often quiet, speaking with a precision and a softness that forces you to follow every word she says. She makes me want to be better at my job because she models critical skills in our profession: patience, listening, sensitivity, and love. Mr. John Hoffman has been a special education teacher at Hilton for over 10 years. He's been the chair of the special ed department for the last 2 years. Mr. Hoffman also coaches football, gymnastics, and baseball. According to a colleague, John has earned the respect of parents and community members. He builds and fosters relationships with both students and parents through his passion and thoughtfulness. Mr. Hoffman is also a detention coordinator and homebound teacher who works with students for several hours after the school day. He volunteers many hours coaching and officiating youth sports and is very active with the Special Olympics. Ms. Mietta Soliday has been an art teacher at Forest Park since 2002, and she's the chair for the art department now. From 2003 to 2009, she was responsible for teacher training for all new art teachers in Prince William County. She helps students prepare their art portfolios for local and regional competitions and AP art classes. Each year she works with the seniors to create a senior art show where the students can display the work that they have created throughout their years at Forest Park. Ms. Soliday is also a critical leader of the school's credit recovery program. This program helps students graduate on time with their peers. Students who have not been able to pass required courses for graduation in the regular classroom are given the opportunity to complete the coursework in an online environment. Ms. Soliday works with counselors and teachers in all subject areas throughout the schools and she helps mentor students through that process. Mrs. Christine Terentian has been a social studies teacher at Hilton since 2017. Before that, she taught for 5 years at North Stafford High School. Mrs. Terentian tutors students 5 days a week, before and after school, and is routinely in the building from 6 a.m. to well after 5 p.m. She helped organize the AP Teachers Committee, which works to promote the success of the AP students by planning school-wide events for parents, teachers, and students. She also started a breakfast review program for her AP Comparative Government students. She plans and executes several field trips each year to help connect the present to the past for her students. According to her principal, Mrs. Terentian is an outstanding student of her subject matter, who is incredibly well-read and knowledgeable about all that she teaches. Ms. Kristen Wiesner has been a social studies teacher at Garfield for 18 years. She helps develop lessons for the U.S. and Virginia history professional learning community. She's also the coordinator of Garfield's extended day program for students with low-level discipline problems. Students in the extended day program must write a reflection and have a conversation with her or another teacher about how to make better decisions. She's also the lead mentor for new teachers at Garfield, hosting monthly meetings to address their concerns. According to her principal, Ms. Wiesner believes that teachers are much more than educators. Her students become her children, and she advocates for them inside and outside of the classroom. So congratulations to all the nominees. And the High School Teacher of the Year is presented to Ms. Jennifer Boyko from Freedom.
I think humbled would be the word that I can use right now. Thank you very much for this. I've learned in my 17 years of teaching, aging myself, I've learned in my 17 years of teaching that the grass is only greener when you water it. And I enjoy doing that on a daily basis. I truly, truly do. They are my sons and daughters, and my principal, Ms. Inez Bryant, is incredible. She has been my backbone through my 13 years at Freedom. And I've also learned no one's ever arrived but on someone's shoulders, right? So Ms. Bryant, thank you for allowing me to ride on your shoulders and supporting me and allowing me to overflow my love. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Scarborough. On behalf of the Prince William County School Board, I would like to convey my congratulations to our nominees and our winners for Teachers of the Year. I would like to convey our congratulations to the wonderful students you recognized here. I'd like to thank the Dale City Civic Association for recognizing these wonderful folks and for all the great work you do in the community. If you take a look around, this Dale City Civic Association represents a wonderful mosaic of America, a wonderful mosaic of our country. My father didn't come to America because of the great buildings or the great roads or the walls or in spite of a wall. He came because of our American culture. You all make up that American culture that was founded on the belief that an educated citizenry makes our democracy work well. We as a society believe that creating knowledge is timeless and priceless. Our folks who go into teaching go into it because it's a sacred endeavor. It's a higher calling. And so to those of you who are in teaching, who were up on the stage this evening and who were there, the fruits of your labor were the wonderful students we saw up here tonight. So I want to thank you all for what you do. I want to thank the Dale Civic Association for truly recognizing these wonderful folks. Have a wonderful evening. School board members have asked me to remember to, and he was one of our nominees, Wilfredo Villatoro. Can you please stand up? He is our sitting school board student representative.
Now I'd like to invite former chair of the Board of County Supervisors, Kathleen Seefeld, to please join us. So the next award is the Kathleen Seefeld Community Service Award. Our honoree is an officer of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women Incorporated, Prince William County Chapter. On behalf of the coalition, she has helped raise thousands of dollars in grants over the past several years to educate Black men and women on critical health issues such as breast cancer, prostate cancer, and colorectal cancer. These projects have been implemented in 13 churches in the community and have helped hundreds of citizens in Prince William County. Our honoree also supports mentoring programs at several schools, and she helps organize the Legislative Day programs for her chapter, both in Richmond and in DC, to advocate for women and girls. The Kathleen Seefeld Community Service Award is presented to Mrs. Roxy Curtis.
On behalf of Dale City Civic Association and the NCBW, PWCC, I'd like to thank you for this honor, and I would be glad to accept this award. Thank you so much.
And again, I'd like to invite Ms. Ernestine Jenkins to please come forward. The next award is the Ernestine Jenkins Lifetime Volunteer Achievement Award. Our honoree has provided hundreds of volunteer hours to help our community. She lives and works in Dale City and volunteers for many DECA projects, including the Dale City 4th of July Parade. Our honoree is also an active member of the National Coalition of 100 Black Women Incorporated, Prince William County Chapter. Sounds to me like there's a lot of activity in that organization. She was the co-chair of the International Awareness Kenya project at Dale City Christian Church Cathedral Praise. That project donated 2,500 pairs of flip-flops to children and adults in Kenya. Before moving to Dale City, our honoree taught for 29 years in Cleveland. She was an active volunteer for both the Boys and Girls Club and the PTA. The Ernestine Jenkins Lifetime Volunteer Award is presented to Ms. Irma Richardson.
First, give honor to God Almighty, our Heavenly Father. Thank you, my church family. Thank you for my family and friends and all of my coalition sisters that are here. Thank you for the ones who have us their thoughts and prayer. Thank you for everything. And thank you for Dale City Civic Association for this award. Thank you.
And our final award this evening is the Catherine Spillane Citizen of the Year Award. And with us to help present this award, Clerk of the Court of Prince William County, Manassas and Manassas Park, Jackie Smith. Our honoree is a lifelong resident of Prince William County who gets up every morning and asks, how can I give back to the community? She has been a business owner for more than 20 years and was the youngest female chair of the Regional Chamber of Commerce. She's an active volunteer for the OWL Volunteer Fire Department, where she serves as a board member and a public information officer. Our honoree is also the founder and publisher of Prince William Living, a magazine and online website that promotes nonprofits and community events. She's on the board of Semper K9, an organization that provides assistance dogs to veterans. Now, our honoree was recently diagnosed with breast cancer and had a double mastectomy. Now, I'm not violating any privacy. She's been very public about this. In fact, she launched an online campaign to remind women to get mammograms. And as a result of her efforts, more than 150 women have done so. The Catherine Spillane Citizen of the Year Award is presented to Ms. Rebecca Barnes.
Realize I'm all standing between you and getting home. So I'll try and keep it short. Dale City has been my home for 49 years. And this award is not something that I earned alone. The people of this community have poured into me for all of those 49 years. From my middle school, my elementary school, and my high schools, from my first job at Quantico, from my first business that I opened up and people at the chamber, every person has influenced the things that I do. But I want to especially thank my late mother, who taught me to give. I joke that I want to thank John Jenkins, because I say he's been at almost every major event of my life except possibly my birth. And you know what I mean, if you've been here a long time, he was probably at my baptism, my wedding. He's been there, and I'm very sad that he cannot be here tonight because he can take part in this. I want to apologize to Dale City Fire Department because I'm with OWL Volunteer Fire Department, but I love you guys anyway. And I just want to encourage everyone here, you don't know whose lives you touch, and you may never know, but always act with integrity, always give of yourselves to other people. You never know who you might influence, who will go on to do other things. So this is just as much your award as it is mine, so thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Again, a big round of applause for all of the people that have been recognized. And now I will turn it back to James.
Yes, we have a great thing going on in Dale City. Lots of good people, lots of good things. We now have a presentation by Wellborn Management, and I would like to present Ms. Judy Popoff.
Thank you all for that warm welcome. It's an honor to be here tonight to actually be the one presenting these awards. I'm always the one that organizes it, so I'm so happy to be the one to actually present it. I'm also happy of the honoree that I have. And I'd first like to present our Teacher of the Year. So, I get to meet with all of you all the time and see all those smiling faces and all those people that you inspire and all the students that you touch their hearts and you make it possible for them to go on to become something great in the community. So that's really great for me, and tonight we get to give you something special. And I have the honor of Mrs. Becky. I don't remember how to pronounce your last name. Is that right? All right. Woo, Minnieville. I'm sitting in her hands. That's very nice. On behalf of Wellborn Management McDonald's, I'd like to present to you this oversized check that you cannot take to the bank. So we have this, and then also I have something else for you. Some McRoses, red and yellow. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Yes, absolutely. If we could get a photo here. Here we go. I'll hold this down here so you can see it.
Nuggets for life.
And some of you probably seemed like I was rushing that a little bit. And it's because I really wasn't expecting who I was going to receive. It was such a close call with the teachers, we decided to do a drawing.
There you go.
But with the McHero of the Year, we actually selected someone, and it's kind of personal for me because my son is a volunteer EMT for Prince William County Police Department. For Prince William County, he was actually in the cadets and everything for the police department. He was in the Explorer program. And now he's finishing up his criminal justice degree, and he's hoping to be the type of police officer that we're nominating tonight who would arrive on a scene and be able to provide such care to save a life. So with that, I'd like to welcome Sean Richards to the stage. Now, Sean, I expect you to try on this cape, too. So here's your big check. And your superhero, yes, big cake. Officer Richards, I appreciate everything that you do in our community as well. And we can't forget our McTeacher of the Year. I know she's gone to her seat, but these are the kind of people that they're recognizing here at the Dale City Civic Association, and I'd like to thank them for allowing me to be a part of it and appreciating them as well. So congratulations.
Okay, Chief, you got a uniform, but that's okay now. Oh, we'd like to, any closing remarks anyone has? If not, all minds are clear. We'd like to thank you again for being here. Thank you for all the things that you do for Dale City. We appreciate that. And Dr. Jenkins comes, so she has something to say.
I just want to thank each and every one of you for being here this evening. You're all a special part of this. We couldn't do it every year without you, and we would like to give a special thank you to our VFW staff for the wonderful food. Please drive safely, and please don't forget to thank God for all your many blessings.